Well, we think of the application of small language model in the enterprise in three ways. Number one, token economics. Every major CFO is now concerned about, as their business becomes more AI-centric, how do they put guardrails and governance on how many tokens are they burning, token budgets, etc. Using small language model as opposed to large language model in an enterprise can bring down the token cost by up to 97%. So that's a huge difference. Second, these small language models can be fine-tuned on the enterprise's own proprietary data, which means for specific business applications, they are likely to outperform in accuracy and latency the frontier LLMs. So there's a performance advantage. And the third is optionality. No CIO is waking up today saying, I'm excited to be locked in to one LLM universe, one compute universe, one hyperscaler universe, and everyone wants the ability to switch when something new appears and occurs. SLMs provide the opportunity to be able to run on-premise, if that's what the customer prefers, or a private cloud, and the ability to switch from one model to the other if the innovation curve stays very exponentially growing. So those are the three things that we've seen our customers appreciate about SLMs versus LLMs.
And I think you're right. I think that if you are focused on enterprise outcomes, I think SLMs are really the only way to go because they give you exactly what you're talking about. It's the optionality and the ability to leverage the best of all worlds to the outcome that you want, right? And I think it's emerging very quickly in my opinion. That then combined with also some of the things you touched with, right? One is we're moving from this world of token maxing to token efficiency, right? Which becomes increasingly very important. And also large language models, as I've been looking at them, right, have not been built for token efficiency because they were built at a time when there was, token intelligence was available at scale, but now you're starting to see a lot of companies pull back, right? Because they don't want to be spending this kind of money. And also the ROI per token hasn't quite been figured out yet, right? So I think there's this great opportunity with small language models plus efficient token management and ROI wrapped around it to be able to deliver the right outcome at the right cost point. And I think that's going to be significantly important as enterprises embrace this.
AI is different than the cloud era. In number one, the pace of innovation is different. Number two, what's driving this change is that in software, we were digitizing work and cloud was a way to deliver that software. In AI, we are rewriting the definition of what's work. And which means the level of transformation that CEOs need to think about is far more wholesale in nature than it was cloud. In cloud, it was more thinking about the mode of delivery of technology was different. This time, the whole company, the business is going to be different.
And just to pick up on that, right? I completely agree. And I think the challenge and the opportunity, right, is very much along the lines of the business you're in today may either be enhanced and or transformed by AI or fundamentally disrupted by AI.
That's right.
Right? And so if you're not thinking about the implications of AI within your business, how you reimagine it, and also how you think about the future opportunities for your business in the context of AI, then you are you're risking the business you're in and the future of that business. And so in the old days, you could navigate it, right? You could sit on you could take a backseat approach. You could do transformation in pieces. You don't have that choice anymore, right? And so either you're all in or you're not. And if you're not, then you're placing a bet on maybe AI not really planning out enough.
We see different types of compute providers. We see LLM providers. We work with system integrators, and obviously we have over 2,000 enterprises partnering with us. I would say it's still uncanny, and a lot of people don't recognize the ability to run AI infrastructure for enterprise at scale with governance, with reliability, is still such a rare commodity in the market that, Rackspace is in a very unique position, number one. On top of it, with your strategy and direction, taking that asset of being enterprise-grade AI infrastructure provider and building up the whole stack of data, models, agents, and going out to the enterprise with an outcome as a service concept, in my opinion, puts Rackspace in a club of one. I'm just proud that Uniphore is playing a small role in that journey with Rackspace, because I think that's where the enterprise market is headed.
And look, Umesh, I agree with you, but I also think when we look at this, right, we came to you first, and we understood what you brought to the table, and then we said, okay, what's missing, right? What do we bring to the table? What's missing, and how do we stitch it together? And sort of in my sort of simplicity world, right, I kind of think of, if I think of compute as muscle, right, and I think of the control plane, if you will, right, as sort of the skeleton of an organization, right, or a business. They think of the security layer or the cybersecurity layer as the immune system, right? Then what we had found initially was what you have, which is sort of the brains. It's the nervous system that interconnects all this stuff. And then what we realize is, okay, well, nobody's putting all of that stuff together to make it work, right? And so that is what we collectively, I think, came to realize. And then you need somewhere to run it. And to your point, when you think about enterprise AI, nobody's focused on it, right? Because it's mostly inference, it's not training.
That's right.
Everybody's focused on training because that's where the big numbers sit. But it's also the lowest impact, I would say, right? And not to get it wrong, but it's ultimately what you're building with small language models, domain-specific language models, and specialized models are going to be the foundation of the future, right? Large language models are enablers. They're going to be commodities supporting these journeys. And so allowing for the small language models to solve specific business problems, while then allowing it to run in places that are protected, governed, private, with data that is secure, is where I think the game's headed. And I think luckily, we found each other early, and we've been partnering on this. And I truly believe that we're on the right path to enable our customers collectively to deliver the outcomes that they want.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this partnership.
Me too. And we're going to do this together.
We're going to do it.